Good night, people. Good night, good night, good night. All the Saudichress fans, all the YouTube fans, wherever you are. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. I bless you. I carry you tonight with me a different type of vibes and a different type of vibes because there are so many upset going today, in especially in the Doncaster Cup. We have some serious upset and we want to look into those as well. As you know, it's a Friday night sports content, of course. And what could we talk about? The most important sports going on right now. I can tell you, schoolboy football, and I know that you are the fans. I was at the Ding Till McGrath game today, and for those of you tuning in, you would have seen what took place. So we'll get into that. So it's our preview, review, prediction, and results show. We also tonight will take another spin. We want to take a look at the transfer saga going on in schoolboy football, and we'll have a special guest tonight, right? One who knows the rules inside out, one who practice a former administrator as it relates to sports, and of course, presently, an educator, not just a teacher, but a school administrator, a principal of a school. And later on, of course, before I say who it is, we will make that introduction. All right? So we'll get back to that. But definitely, it's a full package tonight. We want to start our show by welcoming every single one of you tonight. And I also want to say thank you. Good shout out, big up shout out to all the new members of the Saudichress show. You continue to give the support, and I'm telling you, I'm so happy for that. The show is growing, and you can see I'm trying my very best to ensure that I carry games that you'll be able to see. Guess what? The fact of the matter is, I can't do a lot of games. And especially the week games, those are limited. And they are limited because of work, other work. So I'll try my very best again to carry a few people just in the chat, or you can call the show. Just let me know and give me, the ideas of the teams of the games that you want to see. All right? I know it's very hard. It's very expensive for me to carry some games because of the traveling. Also, the Torreon people. It's not easy. And after to leave work 2:30 to reach at a game for 3:30, it's not an easy thing. All right? But guess what? The nature of it, it's hard work. And I will continue to try my best with my team to cover some of these games. I want to take the time out again. Big up Fast Sprint. Big up yourself, man. Don't know. Big YouTube fan. Not just a fan, but also not a podcaster, but a streamer. One of the most sophisticated stream you'll ever see right now in Jamaica on YouTube. I can tell you that. All right? Big up MG. As you know, my mentor, MG, I'm sure he's live now. MG, boy, I get a disappointed news today. I tell you, sorry, MG, you don't know all the things. I want to also big up my very good friend and coach, Unseen. Unseen, I know you went on the losing end today. And I want to say, hush, bounce back, and come again, my youth. All right? So, people, if this is your first time on the Saudichress show, ensure that you like, share, and don't forget to subscribe because that's the only way you can participate in our live show. And that's what we want, all right? An interactive show. So bless up yourself. I want to bless up people always. Big up yourself, Francis. Big up yourself, Lord Francis. What's up, we do? All right. Big up yourself, sir. All right. So guidance and protection to all of you. All right. So when our guest is ready, he's backstage. I'll carry him in and then we'll start the show because nothing is fitting than for us to have not closer, but at least a clearer understanding of what's happening in our schoolboy football as it relates to these saga, these transfer issues. As you know, two schools already have found guilty. Maybe guilty is a strong word, but the fact is they found guilty of breaching the guidelines or the rules of ISA as it relates to transfer, whether it has to be transfer from school A to B or the matter of the quota. Fans, we have with me Mr. Gerald Morgan, a sportsman, sports administrator, a cricketer, yes, and now an analyst. Help me to welcome Mr. Gerald Morgan. Mr. Morgan, are you with us?
Yes, sir, Ritik. Good night, good night,
I figured
and
that
good
out.
night to all the Saudichress fans.
I tell you, blessings, man, and welcome to the Saudichress show. Gerald, it seems like you're unable to come on video, but we don't mind as long as we are getting the information. My fans like to see the guest anyway, but if it is possible, not a problem. We'll appreciate that. All right? Um, Come back, man. I would you take yourself off stage, boss. Gerald, I don't know what's happening. Why are you coming off stage?
I don't know, I don't know.
You keep leaving the studio without permission. All right. Ensure you stay on, sir. Gerald, we want to dive in, and I'm sure that you are very qualified to speak on this matter, the matter of transfer. And I'm sure that you're aware right now of the two main situations that we have, more so in the Manning Cup. Firstly, with Jamaica College, and of course with Heidel. Can you twin both and start give me a basic understanding of what you believe the breaches are and why are so? Mr. Morgan, you're mute. Can you unmute, sir?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
The,
thank
the, the transfer rule at times can be very simple, but sometimes persons try to play around with it and play with words, and then it becomes very difficult. The transfer rule is simple. If you have three students, you're allowed three students per team that is not from your school originally
you.
to play in a team. So, for example, let's say Mr. Wittick is the coach of um,
Use Mount
Yuatan
Rushmore.
High School,
No, sir, use Mount
right?
Rushmore. Use Mount
Mount
Rushmore.
Russell Primary, right? And Mr. Wittick wants to strengthen his team. He can take three players from any three school or from one school for that season. But if any of those three players can play more than one season, you so if three you take three this year, next year two of the three still can play, you only entitled to one more. So you can only have three transfer players inside your registered team at any given year. So if you transfer a young man that is 15 and he's going to play until he's 18, you're only entitled to two more transfer, and as long as that young man is in your team. If he's on the registered team, he's going to be counted as one. So you will only entitled to two more once he's there.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if you're going into sixth form or what grade you find yourself in. Once you are a part of the quota of three, that is it. So it's not three this year, and next year you get a different three.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. And that, I hope people you understand that. So, Mr. Morgan, based on what you just explained, that three quota, whichever, and I mind you, people, I must add, if not just for 1 year or two, but as long as those transfer students
Are
have,
still in your football team, still in the program, and still on your registration,
they are
they
counted.
will be counted.
Okay, nice, nice. Now, in terms of let us look carefully now, and I want to zoom in the JC situation.
Mhm.
It was not announced or declared what was the issue of transfer in that situation.
Well, let me tell you, it is you won't ever get to protect the football with it. They
Mhm.
will never made public or you see a publishers to say what is the fault they find Because let me tell you, it's have an integrity team. So when you lodge a complaint, right,
Yes.
the person will they will send out the team to do their investigations, right?
Mhm.
So it can be you can find themselves in where it can be a great issue, can be an attendance issue that will remove that young man from the team, right? So
Mhm.
some of the time, so it can the transfer is one, but eligibility can be two because they might not be properly their eligibility might be questionable, right? And even as a transfer player, your eligibility might be questionable in terms of your CXC script that you produce, where ISA has known that sometimes it is doctored for them to be to say what they have and what they didn't have in order to play. So some of the time when it might be a transfer player, but there can be something else with the transfer player that rule that transfer player out based on eligibility.
So, all right.
So it don't necessarily have to be the quota.
So you mention of the integrity that ISA have to protect the football. But
Yeah.
let me ask you though, is it that integrity more so protecting the schools than the football?
Well, this once it's a intervene, it's more likely the football, you know.
But they are running the football, so they will be the
Yeah,
person.
yes, sir, with it. But bear this in mind.
Mhm.
I once come across a peculiar situation
Yes,
where a young man came from a school with his CXC certification, not the CXC certificate, I know not print as yet.
yes,
And that document that he produced went through schools inspection for six form, went to ISA clearinghouse, cleared and everything, and the young man played games. And at the end of the day, when the whistleblower came and blew the whistle, that document was falsified, that passed all the scrutiny. If somebody did blow a whistle and person look deeper in the document to see that it was doctored.
so you're saying to me then, Mr. Morgan, that easily documents can be doctored because you and your team from point or from stage one to stage two as ISA don't take that
Mhm.
keen observation or
All right,
scrutinize the document of
let
such.
me say this to you. It's a calling back for a re-registration of the teams.
No.
And on the new re-registration document, it is now affixing a picture to the name. So Kevin with it now has a picture beside Kevin with it face that should match the registration at the school. What that is saying to you?
There are a lot of issues going on.
Exactly my point. So you know, ISA is when you say ISA made rule changes and stuff like that, it is based on development and things that are unfold. So John Brown is not playing, but John Brown is on the field. There's a different John Brown with a picture and an ID playing, and the original John Brown is in the stands.
Very, very interesting.
So they are saying, principal, we're going to do over the registration, put a picture beside the face, so you know who name who you assign.
Mhm.
So once you see these changes are being made, you must know that based on their, because persons are going to call in Saudichress
Yes,
to complain, and you're going to do, ISA is going to do the investigation. Some of the time it is sad,
it is. That's true.
you know. I see I think it was last season a prominent footballer at school had a young man that was playing that was over the age of 20.
Are you serious?
Right. So as I said, eventually we as coaches we found out what was the problem, but um you won't see these things made public because they're trying to protect the brand of ISA and the school. But so the team is really working assiduously to ensure that schoolboys are playing and legitimate schoolboys are playing. Because these boys are very cunning theoretic and they just want to play for a good team and they will do it at any cost. I've seen young men registered into two different schools, going to two different high schools, trying to play mismatch to see which one he will play for.
You see, one of the thing, sir, and I my view as it relates to these tricky fire cunning people, this doesn't start now. These things are going on for a long time. So I really believe that ISA should have ensured, put certain mechanism in place by now. And I'm talking about 20 odd years. While I was going to school and playing football, I've hearing these situations. Every single year schoolboy football played, there are some issues of this
Right,
sort.
and that is why it's a continuous. Can you remember, sir, with it, you usually play for any amount of schools. You usually transfer from you play under 14 for Friendship Primary, you play under 16 for Mount Rasa Primary, and then you play Dakasta Cup for St. John's Primary. So ISA has put in a system that says one transfer per player. So anytime you leave somewhere, make up your mind because when you go there, that is it.
Okay.
Where it doesn't matter if it's sixth form or lower school, right? Or grade what 7 to 11. So when you transfer, you must make a good decision. Also, the school have to make a good decision too, because if you transfer from under 14 age, any team you're on, that team will only have two more transfer in players. Because you are a transfer player, you will be counted for the entire school life.
What I want to be clear that, but I fully understand the transfer now. And I'm sure that this would have made it clearer to our viewers. No, sir, in the case of JC, the case of JC, who, and I'm not, well, who should be held responsible for this situation? And I said who, not individuals now, but which of the organizations? Is it you should really hold the school highly responsible, or ISA should be held highly responsible? You're sort of cracking up, Sir Morgan. See if I can. Sir Morgan, you're going in and out, so I'm not sure what's happening. Let me remove you from the studio and bring you back. Hello? All right, Sir Morgan having issues there, and we want to quickly wrap up this section of the transfer. People, you hear it loud and clear, and Gerald is one of whom.
Hello, are you
Yes,
hearing me now?
loud and clear again, sir.
All right. JC had a player this year. They have a player this year that last year he played for Dintil, right?
Mhm.
He was an original JC player, but from a
Mm.
different sport.
Yes.
Follow me now. He was at JC playing cricket. He came to Dintil and played football. So when he came to Dintil, he would not count as a transfer player for football because he didn't play any football at JC,
Right.
right? Going back to JC as a transfer player from Dintil, he now will be counted as a transfer player,
Yes.
right? Because he played football for Dintil. So going back to JC, he will be now counted amongst the three. as a transfer player, even though he's originally from JC.
All right. So what
And
would
I
I?
think that's where they made the mistake between the quarter, because they thought, based on my observation, they thought being that he was an original JC player, he wouldn't be counted in the four, the three.
Sir, I don't think that is the case, though. You know,
Huh?
I don't think that is the case.
Well, as I said to you, I am just looking at that particular situation,
Okay.
because if it's a case where they're trying, they have more that the system will draw a line. If you have more than three transfer player, the fourth name on the paper, that's the one the system will
Reject.
immediately say must go, They don't give you the choice. So if you based on how you put them on, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the ranking, the fourth one will be out.
All right. All right. That's clear.
Once you found out that you have more than three.
Because you gave me that example now,
Huh?
because you mentioned, and the example that you give, the reason you believe would have caused it. I will not go into what I believe. I'm not gonna cross examine
Well,
it.
as I said, sir,
Not gonna
we
cross
know it's
examine.
football, and it is sad that the extreme that persons try to twist the rules and go as close as possible to the rule to see if they can get away with something.
That is so true. But Mr.
No, it is fact.
It is sad. It is sad. Can I
Because
have your view?
we know. Let's be honest. You see, football schools like JC and I would say Dintil, who is always in the top four,
Yeah.
Clarendon College. These schools always have 4 to 6 players sitting down waiting to play next year. We're not going to beat around that bush.
And that I understand that. Those are the football clubs, so they have.
And these are 6 players, which if they were any other schools, they would be playing. And they rather to sit down and wait their turn at these prominent schools. But as I said to you, some of the time, the turn that they will sit down and wait is going to be a lengthy wait, and some will never play based on that 3 transfer per team, and only 3 can be on the registration, not in the squad. And while I say in the squad, I have seen coaches try and put them in the squad, and then now every time they go online to pick the team, they pick which 3 they want to pick.
Mhm.
And it cannot work. It's only 3 must be available to select from.
True. 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 So can I ask you though, based on the findings and also the punishment, if that is not too much of a harsh word, is it the punishment justified for the action?
All right. See, in the terms of the punishment, and that is why the re-registration is called for. When
No, no, sir, hold on,
the
hold on. Sir, I don't want you to link that, because I can't see the re-registration will anyway inform the punishment because it's already gone.
no, I'm just saying, in terms of the when they actually see where the mishap take place,
Mhm.
they're trying to fix it with a re-registration to say, let us see if we can plug this gap, see if anybody else we find anybody else fall of this problem, this law. So the punishment might be in some person's view to say, well, they should be banned for the season. That's what some persons are saying based on what has happened.
Mhm.
The season they should be banned for the season. It's just at only 3 points. But when they remember, you send in a registration form early to be
Yes.
vetted before IDs are produced, right?
Yes.
And I want you to follow me here very carefully. when you send in your registration form, players who are transferred go through a clearinghouse process before their IDs are printed. So
Mm-hmm.
for them to go through the clearinghouse process, IDs are printed. The organizers has to take some of the licks for these mishaps,
Exactly. Because
right?
clearing those takes time.
Right. And the clearinghouse takes, I know normally when I have a player to go through clearinghouse, I started that from early August or late July. Once the portal is open, we start to put in the documentations for players who are going through clearinghouse. And as soon as the CXC results come, we will try and get them in because we want, if they are good players, we would want them to play the first game. So we try and ensure that we get in the clearinghouse documents as quickly as possible and wait on them to be cleared in order for them to get the ID to play the first game. So for them to go through clearinghouse and all of that, then to find out that something else is wrong, they should not have played. The organizers have to take some of the lick, and that is why it is school losing the points that they get the young man play, and then they lose the 3 points, so they might drop further down in the zone. But they cannot say, because the organizer should see whatever should be the red flags, which should be there from before, to prevent them from playing.
True, true, true word.
But
True.
it is hard to search for things that you don't know exist. So that's why they will go to schools and check after somebody blow a whistle. We call them the whistleblowers.
Okay. All right. So that's a comprehensive one. I'm sure that those who are watching and listening would have gotten it clearer based on how it was presented to them. And people still asking questions about the transfer rule. People still asking questions about the quota issue. All right. So hopefully, people, we can put this to bed. But don't forget, people, that there are some other cases out there that we are under investigations, and we will hear in short term. Hopefully, the re-registration, the recalling of these documents can rectify the situation and also put a stop or plug the hole, as we call it, in this saga in schoolboy football. Mr. Morgan, thank you very much for joining, and it's a pleasure having you. You have given us enough information to arm ourselves as we continue to support the youngsters in schoolboy football.
Yes, sir, we think, and it's a pleasure to be here. But apart from people are talking about the transfer, there
Yeah,
are two other criterias that will deem you to play. It is a 80% attendance and a 45 average in any four subjects. And if it's your students, because what people don't know, sixth form students, if it's your sixth form students, they don't have to wait on CXC grades to register them. Your internal grades do.
can be right.
But if it's an outside students, you need the CXC certification.
All right, very good, very good. All right, people. So we hear that loud and clear. Mr. Morgan, again, I must say thanks. If you want to stay and set until we go through, we're gonna do now our preview, review, and prediction scores. Not to mention our scores, our results show. So thank you again, sir. It's a pleasure, and I'm sure you have made it clearer to me, and by extension, it would be clearer to our viewers out there in YouTube land. All right. Yes, sir. Good. People, a day of drama. A day of drama in today's Dakasta competition. There are some interesting results. Very interesting results. So I'm going to go through the results now. and we can always go through the people. Hit the like button as you come in, and also please share with us. Link us in the chat, man. My number is running on the screen. So if you wish to call in and have a live chat, good. If you want to be a part of the show, I can send the link in the chat so you all, whoever wish to join me live to finish the show in co-host land. If you want to co-host the show, the rest of the show, or to give your piece. Come on for a 5 minutes or so and go. All right. So here is the link. It is now post in the chat, so you'll be able to just link it, log in on StreamYard, and you join me live in the studio. All right. So the first game people want to look at the results, the review of Mannings versus Black River. Black River has clinched Manning School by a goal to nil. And interestingly, this match was played at Manning. So Manning's was the home team. And my prediction, I thought I had predicted some time ago that Manning's would have taken this game easily by 2 goals to nil. So here you go. Big surprise for me. Big surprise. So Manning's, tough luck. I wonder what Manning's actually doing now in the table. They were leading the table, but I'm sure with this result, it has set them back somehow, or depending on how the other games went. All right? Good. What you say about that game? Who are any Manning's fan? Any Black River fan? Give me your take. The second game we want to look at, people. Second game, interesting too. Petersfield Granger. Now, my prediction would have been Mannings and Petersfield to exit this group. Was it this group, by the way? I think so. But the way it is, Manning seems will go through based on how other results are. All right? Again, so after we go through this, we can look definitely on the judge, not the judge, but the results are the standing in each of these. All right. So, a matter of fact, while I talk, I'm just gonna look at it, look at the standing for each team or group that we are going through. All right. So Petersfield 1-1 with Granger in that one. All right. So let us look at where those schools stand right now. So, hold on. The standing for Granger. Why is moving so fast? No, can't find it. All right, good. So Mannings is still leading. Wow, Black River. Mannings is leading on 10 points from 5 games, as much as Black River, 10 points from 5 games. So this seems to be very good for Black River. Very good win. Put them in pole position of second. Petersfield is third. They are on 7 points from 5 games. So those are the contenders. Those are the contenders to make it through. Mannings, Black River. I had predicted Mannings and Petersfield. So Black River they're holding their own. They have played the games very intense. Yes, this Black River team, I've got a little clippings of them and they're surprised. There's a hard running team, and hence you can see how they come victor over this Mannings team, people. Very interesting. So good going there, Black River. Stun the great Mannings who have been doing well over the past couple of years. Yes? All right, so the next game, Christiana Homewood. That also, I think I had Homewood to go past Christiana, but Christiana has turned the tides on Homewood. But guess what happened? In that zone, Christiana and Homewood, they're actually 4th and 5th respectively. At this stage, I don't think Homewood have a chance to make it. But guess what? Mile Gully is leading the zone, and Mile Gully also have a 2-0 victory over their rivals Belfield. Both of them are on 12 points. So they were also on 9 points coming into the game. All right. And that is a matter of fact, Mile Gully has played a game less. They has played a game less. But Christiana also played a game less than Belfield and Knox, which are 12 and 10 respectively in terms of points. So this group now start to show their rivalry. And Christiana, who started out poorly, has now becoming to the forefront. All right. So it seems as if though it is Mile Gully who have a match against Christiana. And who is likely to take that one? Mile Gully have a better goal difference, so they probably will start. A matter of fact, Mile Gully has goal difference of 8. The next best goal difference is 1 in that group. So Mile Gully 2-0 over Belfield, looking good. Knox and Alphonsus Davis drew 1-1. I think that was also a poor result for Knox. That would have set them back because Knox also were on 9 points. And if they had won that game, they would have gone on 12, also in the thick of things. But Knox actually conceded 2 goals more than the amount they have scored. So that's a problem there in the goal difference there for Knox, if they are to make it and go above or to stop Christiana from surpass them. All right. So Clarendon College though continue to march on people. Clarendon College has hit 5 unanswered goals past Leonard. 5 unanswered goals. something, something going on in this group that looks pretty good. So CC, without a shadow of a doubt, they have scored 24 goals, yet to concede. I think they're already gone with the first position in that group. Edwin Allen, though, in second position after coming off a 2-0 home victory, home loss, I should say, to Clarendon College, who beat them 2-0 on Tuesday at Edwin Allen. They have bounced back handsomely to flogged Claude McKay by 7 goals to 0. And this is the second match they are playing Claude McKay, and in both games they had scored 7. Just that Claude McKay had gotten a cancellation in the first match. This time around, 7 clear. Sorry about that. So Edenali on 12 points, 3 behind Clarendon College. And these two teams are scoring a lot of goals. The difference in this though, Clarendon College has scored 23, 24, while Edenali scored 23 goals. The other difference is that Edenali has conceded 3 goals. They have conceded 2 against Clarendon College and 1 against Claude McKay. So they have a plus 20. Interesting people. Thompson Town has now 9 points from 5 games, 3 behind Edwin Allen. So they have won 3 and they have lost 2. They have lost, but remember, there are some games that are rescheduled. A matter of fact, every single team in this has a game in hand. I should think so, yes? So Lennon has Edwin Allen to play. Um, Thompson Town also have Claude McKay and Kellits and who know? Kellits game, was it Kellits and Claude McKay? I believe. But one of those games. But people, I'm just saying this to say that this is an interesting group as well. Not, I don't think Thompson Town have the legs really to go on and to overpower Edwin Allen. I really can't see that. But if you look at it mathematically, and they have a plus 2 goal difference now, so they'll have to beat Edwin Allen in an effort to pass them, hoping that they can savage a draw from the mighty CC. Because remember now, Edunalin beat already, Thompson Town. So nothing beat them back. So it will be very difficult for Thompson Town to make it through. Edunalin far superior than Thompson Town. No. With talent and probably um in what do they say now? Form. All right, so the next game I want to look at coming out of Zone J. Zone J. Where am I now? Zone J. J. Where is Zone J, man? I can't find Zone J, people. Cannot find Zone J. So the next match we're looking at is Charlie Mount versus Euratan. This is another bombshell. This is a bombshell, people, that at this point, none of us expected this sort of results. None of us. So we found that Charlie Mount, who played 3 games prior to this one, they had played 2, have a game in hand with Dingtail. You know what happened, people? Charlie Mount at home suffered a 1-0 loss to Yoata. And I think that was the last show, I believe. I've said it, I don't see Yoatan coming back to win any of these matches. So I am happy to take back that. Big up Yoatan, at least you come to life. But Yoatan played 4 matches prior to today's game, lost all. And also they have conceded 21 goals. And they have beaten Charlie Mount by a goal to 0. Big loss that for Charlie Mount. Sorry unseen, my friend. Yes, quotes meet. Have to rise and come again. What can you do? So remember now, as far as all this is concerned, Charlie Mount is also on 6 points. They have played a game less than McGrath, because McGrath won 2, lose 2. And the 2 McGrath lost is to Dingtail, to which Dingtail actually clinched them 2-1 today. And 2-1, that's the game that was streamed on the Saudichress show today, live. So I hope you got a chance to view it. And later on, I will play the, what would I say now, the script. Hey. All right, Mr. Russell. Yeah, man, you had said that Charlie Mount will lose to you at that. All right, big up yourself. Now, in that game, as I said, Charlie Mount, not Charlie Mount, but McGrath lost at home to Dingtail. And at the end of the show, closer to the end maybe, after going through some other results, I'll play the interviews from the coaches, the interviews that we had, the post-game show this afternoon. All right, so look out for that. You'll get that soon. All right, let me check this one. All right, so I'm getting there. Next game, people, and next what? I wonder if this score right. Let me check it. Let me double check it, because what I am seeing here, people, Old Harbour beat Glenmuir 2-1 at home, but I don't think it is a 2-1 victory at all. I think it was a 1-0 victory, but it says here 2-1. Let me double check, because I don't want to give you any false information. So let me double check that, people. The mighty Glenmuir, yes, after beating Old Harbour 4-0 in the first game. So Old Harbour and Glenmuir 2-1. Earlier I thought it was 1-0. So Glenmuir, big bad Glenmuir, who was rated in the top five, I believe, in the Doncaster Cup this year, has gotten beaten by 2 goals to 1 from Glenmuir, from Old Harbour. People, I think this is Old Harbour's first win. This is Old Harbour's first win from 4 games. Wow. So people, it's very high out there. Very, very high. But Glenmuir still leads with Denby second. Remember, Old Harbour did get by Denby on Tuesday. But not a shocking result, but another big time score where Denby revenged their last game loss to flog Porus again by 11 goals to nil. Remember the time? I think it was 18-0 in the first leg, people. 18 in the first leg. So guess what? Right now, older Denby has scored 35 goals, while Olaba scored 28. And you know where most of those goals come from, right? Most of those goals come from are scored on Porus. Sorry for Porus. Porus has conceded 61 goals and have scored none, not even one. Oh my God. Porus needs some help. Poor us. You see, maybe that is the name, Poor us. Or poor us. I'm not making a laugh or a joke. It's just the reality. So, Dembe again, high scoring team. Another game, Kemsil versus Tatius Golden. 3-1 Tatius Golden. So let me see how that game or how that zone M pans out. So Tatius Golden still at the bottom, no points. Kemsil is on 8 in third position. So it's Garvin Massey who lead, 13 points from 5 games. So they have the advantage. Veer take on 9 points from 4 games, so they have a game in hand. But Garvin Massey has scored 15 goals and only conceded one. Mr. Lee, here your big school and the Cubans them hot. The Cubans hot, Mr. Lee. Only concede one, score 15 goals. Wow. Sounds good, man. So Veer, as I say, score 11, conceded how much you concede from 11? 5. So they are going on. All right. So from my Donald said, yeah, man, Thompson Town creeping up. Jamaica political channels. What are you talking about here? Oh, wow. It was a 21 or 2-1 Jamaica political channel. I don't know this person, but thank you for joining the Jamaica political channels. And he said 2-1. I don't know what you're alluding to. Maybe I checked the message very late. Pick up yourself, fast sprint. Oh, yeah, so man. Thompson versus Kelly side today. I know that you did that game fast sprint. I've seen a clippings afterwards. So, yes, Thompson 2-1 over Kelly. And well needed 2-1 over Kelly's dear Thompson Town. All right, so Kemsin, I said, with Tatius Golden. Um, yes, so they're at 8 points, 1 point behind Veer, but they have a game. They played one game more than Veer, so Veer had the advantage there. So it's going good. But Garvey Massey, shooting great guns there, people. Shooting very well, Garvey. All right, Fogar Roads. Fogar Roads has lost to Garvey 1-0. All right, so Garvey, you are the top team in the zone as expected. As expected. All right, let me see if I have any other results. I think there are other results there. So, people, as you say, you continue to pour your information in the chat. Let us have it. So, all right, Fogar Roads. So yes, there are no other results based on, I think I've covered all the matches that was played today. I say Paul Bogle. Did I give you the score between Paul Bogle and Yalas? So Paul Bogle win 3-1. Yes, I don't remember if I said that one, but hopefully let me check if I had it before. No. All right. So that's the results for today's show, people. That's the results. and hopefully that we will capture a lot more for tomorrow. What your take on the results so far, people? Have you seen the men being separated from the boys yet? Are you believing that the team that you have selected to win the zone has already taken their spot? Are you confident that your team, the team you're cheering for, will go to the second round? GRM, would I like for you come Dintil versus Bagua Monday at Nallis? So Monday at Nallis is Dintil versus Bagua at Nallis. All right, boss. I'm definitely gonna look into it. Monday at Nallis, I'm gonna put that this Monday. Wow. All right. So I'm gonna try and fit that in the schedule, and most definitely you will see the Saudichress show. But we can talk about that some more, Mr. GRM. You want to see that game on the Saudichress show? Will you be on the Saudichress show or you'll be at the show live? Let me tell you, if you want to be on the, if you want to view it on the Saudichress channel, um, I'll try. Or if will you be at the game? How the number two play for Dingtail? All right, the number two. I don't remember how to sum up that game. To be honest with you, um, people, as I said, I had some discussions during the game. Right now, I'm not going great guns to remember his playing or his standards for real, but let me check it out and I'll let you know. If not, you could just look back at the stream and then you'll be able to let me say something. All right. So I'm having a feedback. I'm trying to see if I can play the. All right. I'm gonna play the game, not the game, but the um, interview from the coach of McGrath, Jermaine Thomas. All right. And then you could take the views. Let us see how he feels about the game, people. All right. So let me see if I can get it up right now. Let me see if I can get it up now, please. Window. Right. Oh, so, all right, people, I'm gonna try now. See if I can get it. Hold on.
And that's another derby game. We were playing, we played them on the opening game of the round. We played them, we dominated again, but yet still we came up on the losing end. Today again, we dominated. But I'm thinking that we can take heart from this. It is going to take some amount of work from our backroom staff to get them up psychologically. And because the turnaround time is very, very short. We have game again on Monday, and that's another derby game. You know, it's going to be tough, it's going to be a rough one. But we're up for it.
This group is actually a really, really close group, and just fine margin separating all teams. As I said, quick games are coming quick and fast. What's the recovery like for the players now?
I mean, for me, it's to rehydrate a whole lot. I'm trying replace the electrolytes and the salts that they would have lost. Some amount of massage to get rid of the lactic acid and the other waste products in the muscle. And once we can do that starting this evening, ice bath if possible, I mean, then they should be good.
Disappointing not taking the chances that he got. 100%.
Very, very disappointing at this time. We created several opportunities, open opportunities. If you can remember, I don't think we created solid opportunities. You know, that ball at time. Let me ask you this way. Guys have been responding well. Schoolboy, young, young and two, senior players. We're going to fight. We're going to come again.
Coach, finally what we have seen in the first game, Dinktil actually got the better of you in the 9 minutes. And in the return leg right here at home, we have seen the same thing. What do you think contributed really to this sort of play?
I think he just made one mistake. And if you look at the entire game as it relates to us making mistakes, we just made a mistake at the wrong time of the game. We refused to close down. We allowed him to run from deep inside their half with the ball. You know, nobody seemed to, I mean, to wanted to go across and get him or get the ball or something like that. But guess what? Such is football, tough one, tough luck, hard one. This will be a very hard one to digest, but we have a game Monday. That is now the
Good.
focus.
Finally, from me, I realized that some of your so-called star ballers was left on the bench today. What was the game plan having, I believe, some of your better players and to come on to the field? What was the
I
game plan?
mean, football is somewhat different. You know, you play some teams, these are different teams. Some teams are sometimes very physical. Some of them they're compact in midfield. So sometimes you need a little bit more robustness, a little bit more physicality. So we tend to go for different players for different games.
Okay, thank you very much and all the best.
Yeah,
All
man,
right,
thank
coach.
you.
So,
All right, so people, so that was Jermaine Thomas, the coach of um, McGrath, who gave his take. And you know, people, I was watching the match and I was informed really that the better players, some of the better players from this McGrath team were on the bench. Two of which, one of which they call Messi. That so I was wondering what's the game plan if he wanted Dinktel to come and tire and then having injected these players, then they'll have a big ball. I might tell you though, based on how the game went, I think the plan almost worked with the exception of them not scoring. Because when these players were injected to the field of play, people, they turn up the like I tell you, they turn up the game on Dinktel. And I'm telling you this people, believe it or not, McGrath, I would say, have the better of Intel in that game, especially in the latter part of the game. But as we go, take the time out. Let's hear what Coach O'Neill Thomas of Dintel has to say.
best performance from the team, but still walk away with the 3 points. What your assessment of today's game?
Well, that's all about football. You have to learn to play better and win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about winning and getting 3 points. I think the team, it's a home advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And each side that they come at Magarat is always be a hard fight. You know that from over the years, been to play Magarat. But the game, I want to say, it's a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on our perspective, I think we should play better. But we know in the field and we know that we're going to get a lot of bumps. Like our field, we can't play our game. So we just tell them to play the game, the counter-attacking game,
Mm-hmm.
put it up there in the defense line, make it too much mistakes. So they're going to make a mistake. And eventually that's how you feel.
Two top quality players in the team today deliver for you. How important is it to have these quality players who can, and in difficult moments, jump up and give you something?
It's great that we have them, but you see, when I think indiscipline creep in the team sometimes, where
Mm-hmm.
them, because it's a top player,
Mm-hmm.
them act like a top player, like top player shouldn't be. Top player have to work.
Mm-hmm.
You can't work now and then work then. You have to work continuously. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? It's good that Africa start scoring some goal.
Mm-hmm.
We would have wanted to score more goal. And have the ability to do all that. So what we need to do, as I say, the game, variety is spice of life in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we play bad, we can win.
Yeah.
We play our smooth game, but we have to play a rough game too.
Mm-hmm.
Direct passes, up top. And I think we did that well today. Especially in the last half, counter quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We change around a little system a little bit, bringing the man from the right, make him play midfield more,
Mm-hmm.
and spread them. And I think it affect Maga.
Um, but what sort of errors you see that you have to work on in your defensive play?
There's a lot. I think the defense line win is good. It's good for them. My man didn't tell the team them a come to the forefront where Dintel is concerned. Them a want to play Dintel, and if we can fight that way and continue and finish and win, it's good. It's good for them. It's good for the whole organization.
Coach, congratulations. You are unbeaten thus far, and I'm sure that that is not just comfort for you right now, but you are still conceding here and there. What will you say the second time Maga took the lead in the first time, you took it this time around. But what sort of errors you see that you have to work on in your defensive play?
There's a lot. I think the defense line. You can't really the defensive unit. Don't say the defense. The defensive unit of the team sometimes it lack because of midfield. You understand? And that's something we have to work on. So we over the 2 years that I'm here, we have reached we have bypassed that.
Okay.
But we don't bypass that here because we have some inconsistency in our training and people approaching the training kind of lackadaisical. So it's like with a midway trying to reach where we want to reach. I think it's good. I think it's good. You understand?
Finally, coach, I'm hearing that you have yet to see the best Intel 11 out here.
No, we have to see that.
What's going on? When should we look forward to see a composite, a big Intel 11?
Well, hopefully, I'm going to say we want to get to see the best. What I want to do is get the team that is training well oiled that we can. That means that be the best. When I say talent, that would be the best talent.
Right.
It can be the best team that is training and would have like it. That means they would have a lot of rotation. Would have good rotation. You understand what I say? And no, I don't think I'm not good rotation because some people, last week or last lightning and some people really want to put them in again. One man fall in. And I don't think him too so bad, but him fall in. The next man can't fall in as it because him, kind of feel shaky. But we have match Monday, Wednesday, match Saturday.
Coach, sorry that you just mentioned that I never asked, but I mean that was a big thing last week with the Lightning thing. Overall, how is the squad, the whole team managing right now?
They bounce back, They bounce back. It just that we want mentally. Physically, they bounce back. But mentally, we want to like them to get back to the level we want them to be. But I would say, with with a midway, we take the time and come to it. Hopefully, as I say, with it before we reach at a point, before the 2 seasons, before no, we don't reach a point. Maybe it work out better for us. And when people out, and we can see the rotation and the rotation and fight and win. So we either get, as I say, the best of them out there. Maybe there's something to challenge with the cup.
Respect. All right. Thank you very much, coach.
Yes, sir.
So that's the coach O'Neill Thomas of Dingtil. People, you could look at the Saudichress channel and you will get more of the interviews. You will have interviews from players from both, a player from both teams who we believe were the standout player for each team, and so you'll be able to make a determination. But tonight, people, I just want to say to you, thank you for continued support. And please, if you have not yet done so, we still urge. And as one man, GRMFF, asking that I be at the Dingtil Bagua game on Monday. I will try my very best. So you will hear, sir. And definitely, I think that's a good game for me to attend. And we will talk about that and see how that will come. Now, people, it's coming to the end of the show. Unfortunately, I have to take a leave just now. Very busy. Moving on to wake tonight. I don't know where I wake at night, but not sleep. All right, so have to make a move, and so well, so done. Thank you very much, and let's see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, just for the review and predictions, preview and goal scoring, and also we'll give you the goal scoring chart tomorrow, but with results and review and preview will be on for short tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and this is where I say goodbye. Until then, of course, this is the Saudichress Show.